Should I start the meeting, Toastmaster Isha?
Start, please.
3, 2, 1, start. Good afternoon, everyone.
Good afternoon.
Well,
Good
I
afternoon.
hear good afternoon from everyone. Good afternoon, everyone.
Good afternoon.
Yes, that's the energy that I wanted to see. Well, I welcome each and every one of you in our 219th meeting of Heritage City Toastmasters Club. Welcome, everyone. Well, at start, I saw someone serious. So to make the mood little jovial, let me start by asking two riddles. And let me see who answers those riddles. And the person who answers will clap for them. Right? Am I clear?
Yes.
So my first riddle is, if you have got me, you want to share me. If you share me, you haven't kept me. What am I? I repeat, if you have got me, you want to share me. If you share me, you haven't kept me. What am I?
That's
It's very
interesting.
easy. And you know, this thing was pronounced by our some Toastmaster before the meeting also. Last time I am repeating, if you have got me, you want to share me. If you share me, you haven't kept me. What am I? Well, the answer is a secret. Because if you have secret, you want to share it. And if you share it, you can't keep it. The
Definitely.
second thing is, why did the banker break up with his girlfriend?
Yeah, because he knows.
Pardon, Toastmaster Vikrant?
Your question is why did banker
Break up with his girlfriend.
because she knows her secret.
Well, actually, you are right. Also, the funny thing is because he was losing interest. Well, coming back to our meeting, let me tell you why we are here. We as a Toastmaster here provide a positive and supportive learning experience to empower our members to develop communication and leadership skills, which fosters personal growth and self-confidence. Now, to achieve this mission, we need to follow certain rules in this meeting. The first rule is, I request everyone to please silence their cell phone so that it doesn't disturb you in the middle of the meeting. The second rule is, I request everyone to refrain from talking about sex, religion, and politics. And number third rule, please keep all the online members, please keep yourself on muted condition unless it's your turn to speak. Now, if you will keep all these rules in your mind and be in the meeting, I am certain this meeting will be a great success. Now, to forward this meeting, let me call upon in this virtual platform our presiding officer. I am very certain that all the Toastmasters here know who is our presiding officer, but let me introduce our president to our guest. Our president is someone who, after completing Master of Commerce, Master of Philosophy, and Master of Fashion Management, she turned her hobbies as her profession and opted to pursue creative entrepreneurship. She is a speaker, theater artist, writer, fashion designer, and a fitness enthusiast. Please help me welcome our presiding officer, Toastmaster Isha. A big round of applause, everyone.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Shubham, for once again giving a wonderful introduction about me in 219th meeting of Heritage City Toastmasters Club. Wow, we are nearing to the end of the tenure. It's so wonderful feeling that. It's sad also that I would not be continuing again for the next one, but I'm excited that we have completed a really long journey together. You know why? Because one of the gifts that we gave to ourselves due for the whole communication journey together, I'm talking about the 7 people who gave this gift to themselves for their improvement. Anybody? How did we were able to complete this tenure? Anybody? If you want to say any gift that we gave to ourselves to completing this tenure, any excom excom people would like to say this, then we knowing the secret, or the excom standing over there, including Toastmaster Shubham. How did we complete the tenure? With what one secret we completed the tenure? Because in the beginning, we gave ourselves a gift of leadership, a gift of responsibility. And we, to the best of our fairest capabilities, tried to fulfill this role. Trust me, every single person in this ESCOM tried to the best of their capabilities to complete this journey, to push every single week and reach here. This is the theme of today's meeting. Well, with this, I would like to start the 219th meeting of Heritage City Toastmasters Club. So, for the benefit of the guests, let us first repeat what is the history of the Toastmasters. Now, Toastmasters is an organization which was started 100 Toastmasters. Yes, from our people. Why? What's the history of the Toastmasters? Let us know together. Toastmaster Shubham, come on, we need to take the introduction together. I need the teamwork. Toastmaster Kushal, why did we start Toastmasters?
Toastmasters was basically introduced 100 years back because out there in US, Francis Stanley thought that people good at giving toast, whether it be funerals or marriages. So he decided that create a community that other can learn how to speak. That's why Toastmasters started almost 100 years back.
Yes. And what is the current statistics of the Toastmaster? I repeat this in every single meeting and it should be by heart to every single person over there. Yes, Toastmaster Vikrant, what is the current statistics of Toastmasters?
Current? What is current?
Current statistics of the Toastmasters.
Toastmaster is now most 149 countries and over 3 lakhs members and 15,000, more than 50,000 club across the world. That is the current trend.
Exactly. We have more than 5 lakh Toastmasters all over the world with 16,000 clubs, and every single minute the Toastmasters are increasing. Well, moving ahead, so let's take the introduction of the guest. We have online guest Raj. Would you like to unmute yourself?
Left, I think.
I think yes, Raj left. Guest Grishma, would you like to unmute yourself and give a brief introduction about you? Of why did you join the Toastmasters?
Yes, yes, yes. Hello, everyone. Very good evening to all. And I'm Grishma. I'm from Gandhinagar, Gujarat. And I came to know about the Toastmaster through online. And I really like this platform, give the opportunity to learn and develop ourselves, to groom ourselves. And there are so many things I learn, and I always learn new thing every meeting. Every meeting gives something different experience. So I'm grateful for that. Thank you so much to all.
Thank you so much, Grishma, for joining us all the way from Gandhinagar. Let us have an introduction of our guest, Vikash. He's actually a Toastmasters. Guest Vikash, would you like to unmute yourself and give an introduction?
Good evening to one and all present over here. So first of all, I'm very much grateful for inviting me as a visiting Toastmaster. I'm part of Terra VIT. VIT is a Villor Institute of Technology. So I'm part of Toastmaster Terra VIT. And I'm looking forward to the session. And I love Toastmasters basically, and love being part of the sessions as well. So basically being a resident or a citizen of Ahmedabad only, I was looking forward to, being, seeing great minds all together, SCTC and different Toastmaster clubs. So yeah, I'm very much grateful, and thank you so much, Toastmaster Isha.
Welcome, Toastmaster Vikash, all the way from Vellore. Now, and I'm looking forward to hear you more in our meetings and looking forward to see you more as the presence of the guest in our meeting. And so you can take roles as many as time as you want to. Consider Heritage City as your second home here. Next, we have in physical meeting, we have Toastmaster Vikrant. Can you help me?
We have Toastmaster Simran from ATM.
Oh, Toastmaster Simran, would you like to unmute yourself and give an introduction about you? Sorry, unmute yourself. You're there physically.
Come on stage, come on stage.
This is the habit. Yeah.
Good evening, fellow Toastmasters. I'm an ex-ATM member, and today I am back with SCTC. I teach soft skills on online platforms, and I run Amazon business. My passion for public speaking has brought me here. I looking forward to the meeting with
Welcome to Toastmasters Simran. Hoping to see you more in Heritage City Toastmasters Club. Next, do we have anyone here?
Yes, we have one guest from Oman. Yes, come.
Oh.
Hi everyone, my name is and I've been part of Toastmasters couple of years back. I was part of almost 2.5 years. So after that, I haven't really been thinking like going back and really looking forward to running this.
Welcome. Welcome to Heritage City Toastmasters Club. Well, anybody else do we have there?
Yes, we have one more guest.
Yes, I think it's guest Balaram.
So, hello everyone, my name is Balaram and Toastmaster last. I want to improve my cooking. So that's why I am here. Couple of friends. Yes.
Welcome. Welcome, guest Balaram. I'm looking forward to see you as a member really soon. It's your second or third meeting in Heritage City Toastmasters Club, if I'm not wrong.
Yeah, third.
Wow, brilliant. I think fourth would be as a member, right?
Yes.
For sure. Do we have anybody else?
No, it's okay.
Well, with this, let us start the 219th meeting of Heritage City Toastmasters Club. Now, any meeting in a Toastmasters is carried out by a host. So who is the host of today? We call him, we call him as the Toastmaster of the day. So who is the Toastmaster of the day? He is by education, electronics engineer, by profession in the family business of jewelry, by passion, an amateur astronomer and photographer. He has served the club in the most responsible roles of Surgeon at Arms, Secretary, VP membership, and now the very, very prominent role that is, he is the current VP education of the club. He'll explain his role much better with the theme on. Welcome, Toastmaster Vikrant on the stage.
Hey, good evening. Hey. And before I start, what is the theme? One bundle of video. Toastmaster. One bundle of Toastmaster. You all know this. But in Java, is I think all have V below the logo. What is below the logo? What is written below the logo? Where leaders are made. Public speaking you learning. How can you register in Java? Leaders. And in Toastmasters at club level, there are 7 XCOM. And take part join by X on I want to join. And working level. First, holiday now. I'm going to start from the bank. One level up. Second, you make. And that's all. Try the I specify membership. Then
I'm sorry to interrupt. I'm sorry to interrupt. You're not audible clearly. The voice is breaking.
Am I audible, Isha?
Yes.
You are audible very clearly. I think the mic is from the laptop. Okay, while they're setting up the mic, we can have the introduction of a guest, Raj. Toastmaster Shubham, would you like to take the pictures as well online, please? Take the
Yes.
snapshots of people. It would be great. I apologize to my guests. There is some issue in the audio.
Laptop is there?
This is better. This voice is better.
Grishma, Raj, and Rishit, can you please turn on your camera?
We can move further.
Hello, Toastmaster Parul. How are you?
Hello.
Hello.
1, 2, 3.
Better? Yeah, can you just speak a line? That would be better because 1, 2, 3 is clear.
Am I audible?
Yes, you're audible. It's better.
Okay.
You're again not audible.
Not audible? That time it was not, no one was speaking. Now is it?
Okay. Okay, yeah.
Hello.
Yes, you're audible. Please go on.
When I was repeat membership, then integration, then accident. So how can one develop leadership by post office? I'm going to explain first and about that. Why anyone? I think all we know that in meeting, somebody is from anchor and start and like they will just want the their the impact of one of the how to start how to start how voice and voice communication and that's the management That is not only agenda, but one can, lots of activity during the meeting, cultivate issue, and then by conscious, he has tested and or moved in kind of very important. This is all the issue of agenda. But by doing so, what he does real life. I become a southern and what's the advantage of being all professional out of the world? So,
Yes, so I actually already started around 7, 8 years back, and what immense learning I had that maybe someone is right, given that energy, excitement, enthusiasm, exuberance all of a sudden. Many times it is fake. Might be a bit dull out there, but when you're on stage, you try to fake that loudness or energy. Over the time, that energy becomes inherent in us. And that's the most, fantastic learning I've ever had from Toastmasters. That you can bring in that energy, though you might be low inside, but you can take energy. And over the time, you will be your true self, will be like enthusiastic, exuberant. That is one thing I learned.
Thank you, continue.
Let us also hear it from our current Sergeant at Arms.
what is your experience, Toastmaster Shubham? How was when the 1st January and now 28 May? What is the difference in you?
Well, the difference in me is like today I feel like I can talk in English. At starting, I never felt that. I knew that I could talk, but that energy and that thing inside me that I could speak was not there. But now I think I can comfortably start any meeting, and be it in professional life also, I am seeing the benefits of being here, because be it giving any presentations and all, it certainly helps. So thank you everyone for choosing me as Sergeant at Arms.
And why we have taken this ceremony of May. Your next ceremony of next same time. Away election or action. So I encourage everyone one one voluntary response, one learning is coming first. Then you plan for this. Okay? Okay. Now the second one is secretary. So we explained by our own president because we are largely in the remote side. Over to you.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Vikram. Now let us talk about the most shadowed role of the XCOM secretary. How many of you have seen a secretary speaking or knowing you? Who is the current secretary of the club? I'd like to know from the members. Toastmaster Vikash, who is the current secretary of the club? Come on. Who is the current secretary of the club? Toastmaster Vikash, you have joined recently and you've joined fair as a member. Spend your time.
I don't remember clearly, but what I hear is Toastmaster Bharat.
Yes, Toastmaster Bharat. Now, why don't you remember him clearly? Why you're not so confident on speaking? Yes, he is the secretary of the club.
I was still thinking.
I'm still trying to recall. However, this is one of the most shadowed but very, very important role I feel. I remember when I joined Toastmasters. It was July 1, 2021. First meeting I came, and after the first meeting, Toastmaster Jayesh approached me and he said, you should become the secretary of the club. Okay, I know. I went there, and the second meeting, I opted myself to give this challenge, take upon that challenge on myself, and I'm like, okay, let's become the secretary of the club. I hardly knew what was the responsibility. What am I going to do? I'm the secretary. I'll just act as a secretary to the president. I'll just give him few notes. And when that minutes of the meeting report came to me, oh my God, to record that meeting in a way that you have to make it presentable to the members, memorable to the members, to give them a reminder of what they did. First, it's like, oh, nobody's going to read the MOM. Who's going to read my MOM? Why would people spend the time to read my MOM? I, as a secretary, made sure that everybody reads my MOM. Nobody misses it, no matter what, at least to see how they're looking in the MOM. So I inserted the pictures. Now, what made it so important? Why that tool was important? Anybody who reads MOM? Toastmaster Hardik? Back there?
Sorry, what is that?
Why that MOM, my MOM that I was sending every single 6 months, made it so important for you? Or are you noticing there?
Let me tell you, I have seen one of the best of best MOM in my life at this second. I hardly knew her, but then every week, when she took that time, attention to detail, and quality of work, it's all together. When she was sending that MOA, perfect. It seems like I'm reviewing, watching 500 companies MOA. Those were the best. And those are very important so that down the line, there are equals to when you get those, all the members can reflect upon what has happened into that meeting. Nice photos, creative writing, and that's kind of polished presentation or a marketing tool for the club as well. That is what my understanding is. Thank you.
Thank you, Hardik. Thank you so much, first of all, for that appreciation. But more important word that he told, that it is one of the best marketing tool, I feel. It is an aid not only to president and members, but PR for every single week. Giving your MOM is not just reminders for the members, but you are preparing it for the club overall presence in your area, in your district, in your region, in whatever WhatsApp group or in whatever Facebook group you are, wherever you want to send, every single guest would also like to see themselves that they are mentioned somewhere. That creates itself a very, very important tool for the club. Now, as a secretary, you feel that, okay, just creating an MOM is overall. But as a secretary, I realized that I had a lot of power staying in the shadow. I used to sit there where right now Toastmaster Hardik is probably sitting, or I cannot see somebody who's sitting behind him as well. I used to sit there behind at the end of the room or in some kind of corner. And I used to notice every single person. What are they doing? What are they observing? Are they actually paying attention or not in the meeting? I could see. Or if somebody is looking at their phone secretly, if somebody is looking somewhere else secretly, or if somebody is thinking about that bird outside right now or that burger being prepared there. I used to sense everything. And probably that made this role very important for me, not for the club now. It became very, very prominent role changing life experience in me. Why? My observing power increased to next level. I could actually read the psychology of the people, not only observing the speaker, but the body language of the guests right now. I can actually see them if they are paying attention clearly or not. And that helped me in the role of the president also. I'd encourage every single person over here that show some courage and take this role of secretary, not for running away from writing down so many things. Oh, let me not forget this, writing skills. You'd always now notice me with a pencil and a pen, even when I'm sitting physically over there. And I write down anything that is important going on meeting, even though it's not my responsibility. Now, why? That improved my writing skill, observing skill, and noting down skills. We usually do not note down. We listen. We just listen. You're right now listening to me, and you would be listening for a while, and then you'll be like, okay, you're done. Now, next what? But when you note it down, it stays with you forever. These are your notes which gonna be there with you forever. That happened with me as a secretary. I developed a habit of having a Toastmaster diary with me probably. I know probably what Toastmaster Vikrant say in 2021 September 20th or whatever meeting that was. I remember that oh, this was the one thing that he said. I remember what Toastmaster Kushal said me when he told me when I asked him to second me in the presidential role. I remember that. I exactly remember. He said me this one line. It's not about uh, losing. If you want to lose, lose with a winning face. He said me this thing in a similar way. So I remember things. I don't know how I remember every single thing I kept on remembering, and my memory power increased. So if you're planning to take up the role of secretary, go with the courage and take it up for yourself as a challenge. I know you would be needing to spend 2 hours after the meeting to write it down to make it more interesting for the people. But trust me, this is going to give you much more better gift than anything else in the experience of Toastmasters. Now, let us move on to our section of prepared speeches, our first section. For that, I'd like to call upon Toastmaster Vikrant back on the stage. Over to you.
Thank you, guys. The next one is which role as a one. The way first the two companion speaker. Speaker one is Toastmaster, which is going to deliver additional debate online. I invite Toastmaster Ruchi on platform. I cannot wait to the introduction because when one here this introduction is actually not updated. Before I give him speech title, I would like to invite speech evaluator. Toastmaster Hertz come on stage and read speech objective.
Toastmaster Ruchir is delivering his icebreaker speech. The purpose of this project is to introduce himself to the class and learn the basic structure of public speech. The title of the speech is The Lab.
Toastmaster Ruchi, are you ready?
Yes.
Please check your audio and video.
Is my audio and video, am I visible and am I audible?
Yes, go on.
Okay.
Okay. Toastmaster Ruchi, the lab, Toastmaster Ruchi.
Good evening, dear Toastmasters and all my dear friends. Around like 19 years ago in 2003, when there was this teenager. This teenager participated in a singing competition and he went to the stage for singing. He went to the stage for singing and he started singing by singing first 4 lines and then he forgot the song. So he again repeated the lines and then he again was trying to recall the song, but he couldn't recall the song. So he had to go off the stage and his teacher and like adding to the injury, his teacher basically taunted him by saying that, Ruchi, you were ready from uh, like last week or so and still you could not perform. Like, what kind of failure are you? And yes, he failed. After that, many times when he was sitting with his friends, he was in loss of words. He did not have much to speak about. So he was basically struggling there also. When it comes to relatives, even there he was in loss of words and he did not have things to share about. And because of this, he was frustrated on many parts when it comes to communication. So after that, what happened is that he started his journey of exploration of what life is all about, what spirituality is all about, and then he founded something to speak about. So now in his group of friends, he started to share his ideas. But however, 90% of the ideas that he shared was rather ridiculed or not accepted or not even invited for. His friends basically understood his intelligence, but the ideas were not accepted. So now moving forward to like in 2017, someone came in his life and then a light, sort of light happened to him. He came in his life, a light happened to him, and then he started his journey, his inner journey kind of, and he started researching on stuff, and then he was started to find answers, and then he found two solutions. The one solution that is found was an inner solution, and the other solution that he found was an outer one. And today we are not going to speak about the inner solution. We are going to focus on the outer solution. Now, again, going back, there was a point in time in 2014 when he was in Hyderabad and he was high. And that point in time, uh, you know, uh, kind of he was high and he was sitting in the class and few of the speakers came in and then few of the speakers were going out and he was in his trip and the meeting concluded, and after the meeting concluded he has forgotten about the meeting. Of course, today he lives a very healthy life, but at that point in time the meeting concluded, and after that he came back to Ahmedabad in 2016. Now when he came back to Ahmedabad in 2016, he wanted to make sure that he solved this problem of communication that he is facing. So he went to the meeting again, and he went to the meeting, and then he realized that it's the same meeting that he went in Hyderabad, like it's a similar kind of meeting. And then he joined there as a member, and he joins there as a member. He comes up with all the courage. He goes to the stage. He goes to the stage and takes up an impromptu speaking, and only words would come out of his mouth. And what happened? He failed again. Like 50% of the times he wouldn't go to the meeting, and other 50% of the times when he went to the meeting, he was mostly in the audience. Now, between 2017 to 2022, as I said, he found this light, he found his vision, he found his solution. And not only that, he also found that what he wanted to speak on. And when he found what he wanted to speak on, the next question was, where should he go? And the answer was very clear that he had to go to Toastmasters. And then he joined the club again. He joined the club again. And this time he made sure that whenever he's in the meeting, he is on the stage, no matter what. And he was on the stage, no matter what. He has also given speeches to business people who are having 25 CR of turnover. He has given speech to trainers who are into sustainable industries in PDPU and much more. And finally, he broke through. And according to me, Toastmasters is, and what I realized, in fact, that Toastmasters is the most beautiful lab when it comes to public speaking. Because tell me this, which is the stage where you can go and make mistake and still people would support you. Still people would tell you and give you constructive and positive feedback. They would build your confidence. They would hold your hand and say that I'm there for you. I don't think so there is any place like that. And I want to add by a quote from Ralph Waldo Emerson. And Ralph says that, all life is an experiment. And the more we experiment, the more better it is. And I want to add that, dear Toastmasters and my dear friends, to that in this experiment of communication, for me, this is my lab. And I'm hoping that this is your lab too. Thank you so much. And over to you, Toastmaster of the day.
Go on, have 30 seconds. Personal feedback. Person. I will let you know after the result.
Generally valued tag.
I thought the time is 3 hours. I thought time is 3 hours. Yeah. Seconds are over. I forget to invite G, right? Before I invite science speakers, I would like to invite general evaluator. Who is the general evaluator of today's session? He's a very self-confident, all trust, and fitness enthusiast, and currently he's serving his club of the Parliament Army. Please help me welcome Toastmasters Shubham for the
Good evening, everyone, once again. Well, today I am the general evaluator of 219th meeting. Well, what is a general evaluator? In Toastmaster, we call it breakfast of champions. And do you know why we call it breakfast of champions? Because a champion cannot become a champion unless he takes on feedbacks and improves on it. And that is why I am here to tell you, to guide you about, give you feedback as to where to improve. The purpose of general evaluator is to look throughout the meeting. During the meeting, I will take notes on everything that happens and that does not happen. I will evaluate each participant on the meeting. And for evaluation, I can't do it on my own, single-handedly. I have my tag team with me. So let me introduce my tag team, because of whose support we will guide you, we will give feedbacks to each and every participants in the meeting. My first tag team is the timer, and everybody would like to know who our timer is. Well, our timer is someone well, our timer is someone who's an engineer turned entrepreneur. He's currently working as a consultant in Ernst & Young, and after completing his MBA from IIM, he loves to travel solo and considers himself as an amateur photographer also. He loves reading books and strongly believes in environmental conservation. Please welcome our beloved Toastmaster Rahul.
Thank you, Toastmaster Shubham. So, good evening, everyone. I am Rahul and I will be playing the timer role for today. All the Toastmasters will be tagging and the entire Toastmasters meeting. So, the table topic sessions, we have to limit it within 2 minutes and limit times to the green card at 1 minute 30 seconds the yellow card and at 2 minute times to the red card. For prepared speeches, the timing is 5 to 7 minutes. At 5 minutes, I show the green card. At 6 minutes, I show the yellow card. And at 7 minutes, I show the red card. The icebreaker speech is already done. The icebreaker speech is generally between 4 to 6 minutes. At 4 minutes, green card. 5 minutes, yellow. And at 6 minutes, red card. Alright, so I will be timing the entire meeting for today. There will be an additional grace period of 30 seconds. After which the speakers would be disqualified. So best of luck to all the speakers who will be taking up experience today, whether it be the table topic or the event. I am also taking up the role of counter. So thank you, the president and our evaluation for giving me both the roles. I will be multitasking today. So as counter, I will be tracking the hours, or any other pauses that a speaker will make during their speeches. By removing these filler words, the speaker can actually elevate the quality of their speeches. And I recommend that if you feel that you're stuck somewhere, take a small pause. For example, I am Rahul or I am working as a consultant. Instead of this, you can take a small pause. I am Rahul or I am working at the consultant. Just a small pause can help you improve the quality of your speech. Best of luck to all the speakers. I will be ready with my report at the end of the meeting and will present it when called upon by General Pat. Thank you.
Well, thank you, Toastmaster Rahul, for taking the dual role. Thank you for introducing our counter also, that is yourself, you. And I certainly believe that you will give justice to both the roles, and I certainly believe in you. Well, in my tag team, there is a third person also who will look up after your grammar skills. And who is the grammarian for today's meeting? Well, our grammarian is someone who works in CIMS Hospital, Ahmedabad, as audit manager. He did MBA Finance, MSW, MCon, and pursues final semester of master degree in psychology. Please help me welcome the grammarian of the day, Toastmaster Aziz.
I'm Ajit. I'm the grammarian. My role is note down and process good usage of English and good quotation, good precision. And also, I have to note down the not so good usage of English. And my role is also to introduce word of the day and place of the day. So, our today's word of the day is consummate. It means perfect or complete in every way. We can see a lot of consummate leaders. Our previous captain, Saurabh Ganguly, was a consummate captain. And Mahendra Singh Dhoni, also we can say is a consummate captain. And about the phrase of the day, in the cards, it means something very likely to happen. So I can give example. Being a chronic watcher, I can say that marriage is not in cards for me. I will present my report at the end of the meeting. Thank you all.
Well, thank you, Toastmaster Aziz, for a fantastic word of the day and a phrase of the day. What a consummate person you are also. And well, I would like to hand over this stage to our TMOD. And before that, I would like to say that at the end of the meeting, I will again bring my tag team and give a report for every participant so that you can improve. Over to you, Toastmaster of the day.
Thank you. Thank you very much. For speaker number 2, I would like to take number 2. Plan building station. Toastmaster Tisa. For second speaker.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Vikrant. Before I call upon the second speaker, let me first call upon his evaluator, Toastmaster Bikash, to please give his speech objectives and speech title.
Thank you, Toastmaster Isha and Toastmaster Vikrant, for introducing me. Good evening to one and all present here. I'm Toastmaster Vishak, and today I'll be evaluating Toastmaster Hardik, who will be giving his speech 3 of level 3 of his part 3 dynamic leadership. He'll be giving a speech for 5 to 7 minutes, titled "Me, My Dream, and My Procrastination." The objective of the speech is to include vocal variety in order to enhance his speech. Thank you, and over to the TMODs.
Thank you so much. Now let us introduce our second speaker. So who is our second speaker? Our second speaker is an entrepreneur, disruptor, and a problem solver. Definitely he is. He has lived, studied, and worked in 3 continents. I must say he's a traveler: Asia, Europe, and North America. He loves badminton, swimming, yoga, and going out for food. Let me call upon the second speaker, Toastmaster Hardik, on the stage. Toastmaster Hardik?
Just give me 2 minutes timer. Let me stand up. One more. The camera.
Speech? Yeah. His speech title is Me, My Team, and My Procrastination. Me, My Team, My Procrastination. Toastmaster Hardik. Toastmaster Hardik. Me, My Team, and My Procrastination. Over to you.
Thank you so much. Just give me 2 minutes. Just 7 minutes. Helicopter. Coming, okay. We have this circle. 1 second. Thank you so much. With count 1, 2, 3, you can start. 3, 2. Please raise your hands if you have faced a situation somehow like your mind, body, soul, and definitely heart wanted to pursue your passion, your dream, and you gave up because of procrastination, lack of resources, and excuses. Did that happen? Yes, with all of us. Sometime, somewhere. Hello, Toastmasters and guests. Going through overwhelming experiences, both in my personal and professional arena. Finally, by the end of 2020, we gave up our No Sir, No Madam initiative number 3.0, which we were dedicatedly running for almost 5 years because of procrastination. Thereafter, we received number of emails, messages on our website and social media. Recently, coming out this procrastination, I decided to communicate with those people. And one of the messages that we received was, "Hi, we rate number of your posts. In your one of the posts, it mentioned there is right to information, RTI. That says there is no mandate to call people sir and madam in government. Kindly share the information." That wasn't complete. What, why, how, when. I was too curious and called this person who sent the message. And he was a doctor, PhD, assistant professor, working in one of the northern Indian universities since 2011. Before that, he worked in corporates and traveled globally. He has received his bachelor's, master's, PhD from the prestigious university. During the conversation, he said, "Andre, last year, in March, April, in our university meeting, I addressed my senior with his official name without adding sir or office. Can you guess what happened with him? After 5 days, his female colleague who was pursuing PhD under that person, his senior, sued him for women sexual harassment. Same time, somewhere March, April 2021, India was going through one of the deadliest corona epidemic. Unfortunately, this Dr. R, his wife, who in fact were tested corona positive. Can you imagine the picture? What was going through him? Can you put yourself to that person's shoes? Imagine his mental, his social condition. That's why he said that yesterday. And I said, "I'm extremely sorry. I could not understand the matter. Therefore, it happened." But I must say, that person is a fighter. He fought back like a consummate professional, gathering all the information from our website, almost appeared in that condition into our meeting to his university internal committee, and finally they decided unanimously
that this was wrongdoing and he was absolved from the charge. Furthermore, that university committee unanimously said that these were malign intentions and that women should be charged and further invested. That was by arise, awakening. If this kind of highly educated person can go through such conditions in India because of this so-called Sir Madam Taboo, what is happening to the millions of people and families in India? Don't you think so? For the sake of pseudo one-way respect, inequality, workplace discrimination. Also, you know, the no sir, no madam can help to solve burning issues in India like corruption and reservation fees. Reservation. Considering this, let me give you a good list. I realize how important this is for Indians. And I remembered Swami Vivekananda. What he said? Arise, awaken, and stop not until the goal is achieved. Therefore, I am happy to announce that we are going to bounce back with no sir, no madam 4.4. And I am here to invite all of you to come on board, adopt, educate, outreach, communicate the no sir, no madam culture so that together we can make difference over a billion lives. Thank you. Back to DMOD.
Brilliant. That was really brilliant. Let's call upon stage Toastmaster Vikrant.
Thank you.
Over to you.
Let's have 30 seconds. For feedback. Let me know. Now it's time for voting for the base speaker. I'm requesting Zoom Master Subham to send the name to all. And before that, I would like to know both the speakers are qualified. Now, we have speaker number 1, Toastmaster Ruchi, online, and second one of marketing. Everyone get a link to base number 2. Where the voting link? Toastmaster Shubham, can you share it in the WhatsApp group?
Yes, I have already shared it.
In guest and member group.
Arey,
When the voting done, let me know.
one second, I'll start it. Voting has started. You can all can vote now. I have set the link in chat also, Zoom chat, and all WhatsApp groups.
Toastmaster Hardik.
We are done with the mooding. Let's move ahead to the next section. Toastmaster Vikrant.
What
Yes.
is done?
Voting has been done, and I have the result. Thank you.
Okay. Next, I have our session 15. After secondary, 1, 2, 1, 7. Hey, education. No. Before that, anyone go to me?
One more shadowed role. Yes. Who takes your money?
The money guy. Treasurer. Abundance guy. Who wants key of our essence bank account? Extension. What? What is a road treasurer and something related to money management? Finance, credit, debit, members, renewal fee, new members fee, all are credited. Expense, Zoom, you have a Zoom, paid account, and your contacts to the value, if you are in any the cafe, but some literature area, you're paying your bank. This all goes to the debit card. Who is doing all this? Treasurer. By doing so, what we learn in our actual life? What we learn? Money and housewives manage both managing they have 50,000. How to that is when from where money is come, where money is going, what is the reserve? What where we need to learn this all we learn by doing this loan treasurer. So if you are thinking that I want to go as a treasurer, it's very simple. You don't have to get part of next one. I will not come or and then committed next 84 weeks. Okay. Now what is after treasurer? Yeah. Our Madam President, amazing graphic designer, and for this role, I am handing over the stage to Toastmaster Lisa. Over to you.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Vikrant, once again for calling me back on the stage. Now, VP PR, Public Relations. So thank you, Toastmaster Vikrant, for giving me this section. You know what's my profession? Anybody? Because my introduction is also being repeated every single meeting, and I think this is the 21st meeting that my introduction would be repeated. So anybody? What's my profession? I am a brand strategist, and I know exactly what kind of weapon PR is. But let's hear it from the audience. Toastmaster Harsh, what is the work of PR? Or what is PR to you? Toastmaster Harsh or Toastmaster Bikash? Would you like to go ahead?
It's kind of managing communication between any kind of population, information, creating content, doing content.
Toastmaster Ruchi, would you like to explain anything? Online?
Sure. I think when it comes to PR, it is more about how you are communicating with the media channels, be it social media, be it offline media, how you are presenting your brand to the outside world. I think that's what PR is all about, according to me.
Definitely. The PR role over here is basically changing the dimension of the brand. Now, this is a very futuristic and in current demand role. But you know, where do you get to experience and learn and experiment your PR strategies is Toastmasters. Being the VP PR of the Toastmasters, have you seen all those wonderful posters that is being floated every single week, taking the Toastmaster of the day or taking any event that goes on? Like, for example, Toastmaster Ruchi right now is having a background behind there, right? Online or on the offline mode, when you're coming over there, you see those write-ups being messaged to you for the Toastmaster of the Day poster. You see that? That role is not only going to make you a consummate creative person, but you are going to be given at the role of a backbone in this club. I say every single meeting's mood, every single meeting's flow starts from your poster. Not only for the club, you do not only circulate those posters for the club and to all the different other members or the groups of the club, but you're responsible for the mood of Toastmaster of the day. Tell me honestly, Toastmaster Hardik or Toastmaster Harsh or Toastmaster Rahul, who were recently the TMOD, didn't you get all pumped up when your poster is being floated? Tell me honestly, Toastmaster Rahul.
Yeah, the poster was really nice, and I was actually thinking after the poster was released, uh, like the amount of hard work that was put in behind that poster, it was really amazing, and it actually depicted what I wanted to convey, and in a very clean manner. The poster was very clean, and it was able to communicate the meaning and the theme of the meeting. So it was a very good poster, and I think the role of PR is again very important, communicating what we are doing, how we are doing, and it also communicates the energy of the meeting, right? And the kind of energy we put in, the kind of environment we have in a meeting. So, yeah.
Exactly. The kind of energy that we put in. It is the first initiation of the message that we are going to be having a meeting this Saturday, which is going to be led by this TMOD, the Toastmaster of the Day. So you basically inform people, not only inform people, you spread the news. And if you are on a holiday, ask the other XCOM member, Toastmaster Vikrant, Toastmaster anybody, even the member, the Toastmaster Harsh, you must be knowing if the PR is on holiday, oh my God, we cannot just initiate, no matter how many planning we have done, that simple write up changes everything, changes every single thing. So you are basically the backbone of the club. Now, for the members who are thinking to take up the PR role or who are thinking, no, I should not take the PR role, I'm not a PR person. You are a PR person. Every single person have public relations in their head. It is the need of the hour. And some people might have tested it. You might not have tested that. You might not have given it a try. This is the time. This is the time. Give it a try. Give it a test. You'll fail. You'll make errors as a PR in this club. I've done that as a secretary. I've seen that working as an associate VP PR as well. Many errors. Make errors. Let us learn the futuristic skills over here by taking up the role of Vice President Public Relations. With this, let us now move on to the next section of the meeting, that is table topics. For that, I would like to call upon the stage Toastmaster Vikrant again to move ahead. Over to you, Toastmaster Vikrant.
Thank you very much. Now the amazing time is from table topic. Who is the table topic? He's someone from Kolkata and Mumbai, now residing. He has experience of in quality. Loves spending time with friends, the entire crowd. It's passionate about his and people development. Here, it's very welcome. Toastmasters because for today's table attention. Thank you everyone who are present online to Vikrant for wonderful introduction. Good evening everyone. My name is Vikash and welcome all the Toastmasters and the guests today. This is the most interesting section of the Toastmasters event where we talk about random topics as it has Professor Vikrant said it's more impromptu speech. You basically are unprepared here. You give it a topic, then you think on your feet and you start talking. But this is very important because we all come here and we talk about one thing, which is very important that we want to remove our fear of public speaking. Right? Agreed? Online members? Yeah. So this platform really gives you an opportunity to remove the fear of public speaking because it's more important. When you're preparing a speech, you prepare it 2 times, 3 times, 10 times. You might prepare it in front of an audience at home or office. But here, you have to randomly start. The few critical learnings which you have, if you really want to master the topic, that you need to first listen to the topic, you have to think at the topic, organize your thoughts, and then start speaking. Don't just start speaking without thinking. That's very important. It helps in building your communication skills. And for today, the table topic, and the table topic master for today, I have 2 topics. I hope you find these topics interesting and funny, and we have a good time going ahead. Keep an eye on the timer also. For the table topic speeches, you get 2 minutes. So your green card comes up at 1 minute, yellow card at 1.5 minutes, and red card at. I would also encourage everyone to use word of the day. So don't worry if your speech is unprepared, it's not consuming. Agree with me when I say whatever you do, learning is the art. Good luck to everyone, and I hope we have a wonderful session. So, who wants to start first? Anyone from the members or guests can start. There is no it's fully random. So, anyone wants to start? Let's start. Members. So, anyone from online, if you want to start, or anyone from the offline members.
Toastmaster Parul would like to start. Toastmaster Parul.
Hi.
Hey, hi Parul, can you hear us?
Yes.
And is it okay if I choose a topic for you?
Yes, definitely. That is
So this is the topic which I have chosen for Toastmaster Parul. So topic for Toastmaster Parul is imagine yourself as president of the club. How will you manage the club or the activities of the club? Toastmaster Parul, you get that?
do you mean that how do I manage the club if I am a president of the club?
Yes.
Okay.
Your voice is very low. It's not audible.
Hello, am I audible better?
Yeah, it's loud and clear.
Okay.
Turn on your video.
Okay. Hello, is it audible better now?
Yeah.
Okay, so happy Saturday to all of you. I am a kind of initially when this club was not chartered, I am actually a regular visitor to this club physically when it was happening at I think I forgot tomatoes on the I think HDFC something was there. I was joining there. To the topic, if I talk about. Sorry.
We can't hear you again. Your voice is
Hello?
again.
Hello.
Close to the mic, I guess.
Hello.
Yes,
Is it better?
Yeah, it's better now.
Okay. So I am currently a part of TCSB Toastmaster Club. I am serving as associate president role. So I am already a part of a president role. So yes, I understand the responsibility of president role, and if I would be a president someday, so I am aware of the roles and responsibility of president. So basically, I would be taking care that the regular meetings are happening, and all the role prayers and everything is in place. Whatever the contest and stuff are getting, the events are getting planned properly. I would also make sure that with the club get the good visibility outside club and at the different level division or whatsoever the forum is. I will also make sure that whatever the goals has been assigned to the club will convey to the members, and will try to achieve that. And my club has already achieved 10 DCP goals. And also would like to I think right now I am already associate president, and the team is very polite and kind, and that is the beauty of XCOM team. So I think everybody support each other. It's just a matter of as such president role has not that, I mean, it's kind of a leading the role. We don't have any such responsibility like secretary or VP educations. What they have to do, keep creating them MOM or educations. VP education has to follow up with everyone for their educational track. But president, as such, they only have to make sure that the things are happening at operational level. So that's what I would say. If I am the president of the club, I would make sure that every week the meeting happening, and it get good publicity outside the club also. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Manu. Anyone from the offline guest like to try? Would you try? No? Would try? Can we up? Simran, your topic is what's your favorite way to spend time online? What's your favorite way to spend time?
Since I have got the topic, my favorite way to spend my time online is either to educate myself or sex. Am I on?
Yes.
So either to educate myself, that is upskill myself, and the second way, which I absolutely love, is when I teach students. So I teach soft skills training to students at an international platform. So there are students around the globe, either 12-year-old kids or a 50-year-10. So they are willing to learn about communication skills. So that is one of the most favorite ways which I love, because I get to know the different perceptions of people around the globe, the kind of communication skills, the accent, the thoughts, the culture, each and everything. And I get to interact with new people every time, and then there is lots of fun interaction with lots of learning. It's not only me who teach them and upskill them, but it is also that I learn from them a lot. I learn about their views, about how they live their lives, and why, and what is the reason that at reaching such an age, they are taking lessons from someone who is sitting in India while they are in USA, California, Canada, Dubai, anywhere. It is the spark, the ignite, which is burning inside them, that they are willing to learn the new things, apart from considering or judging the other person. And the first way, which I had already mentioned, is educate myself or upskill myself, because I do not like to engage a lot on social media. I get very bored. I get bored very easily. So I love to learn new courses and things. That's all. Thank you.
Thank you so much. well, and I'm sure we all will learn from each other and we learn from you also. Anyone else who would like to give it a try?
Toastmaster Vishak would like to go again.
Shall I pick one for you?
Sure, sure.
Okay, your topic is a happy memory of your first day at work. Happy memory of your first day at work.
Thank you so much for the topic. So being a student, being a college student, I've always started with the online sessions that were happening since 2020. Well, guess what? In 2022, I finally got the chance to go to my college for the very first time. It was obviously difficult for me from it was obviously difficult for me to getting out of my home, my comfort zone, and going to a prestigious college where ample of people will be there. I became homesick reaching there. In my comfort zone, I had only 4 or 5 people pampering me and looking after me. But over there, I had to do everything by myself. No one was there to take care of me. But guess what? I challenged myself. I came out of my comfort zone and I thought that Vishak, this is your chance to shine. Being a part of so many clubs and especially Toastmasters, it taught me how to network, how to talk to people, and how to communicate effectively. Reaching college, I realized that I'm very grateful that I went to college offline and became part of such a good college that I got to know so many students, so many different kinds of people, and I became friends with so many people. One of my most cherishable and happy memory of being to college will be day one when I met so many friends over there. I realized that I generally have so many friends to look after me, and I don't need to be homesick and miss my home when I have so many homies in my college. So, Toastmasters, my advice to everyone out there will be that always challenge yourself because you never know. If you get out of a comfort zone, you'll always find a heaven after your heaven. So, thank you, and over to the table topic.
Thank you so much, Master. Anyone else from the offline side? Right. So the topic for Toastmaster Vikash is health is wealth. Health is wealth. Who doesn't know this? I think this is the most important thing. Health is the most important thing today. And there is a saying which goes like, if you have lost your health, something is lost. If you have lost your health, many things is lost. If you have lost your character, everything is lost. So we'll focus on the second part, that is health. So health is very, very important. Nowadays, because of the lifestyle we have been part of, we do not take care of what we do in terms of keeping ourselves healthy. I also was not so active in terms of health because of my travel. I work in sales, so I used to travel a lot. So anything I would eat, whatever available is available. But I got conscious about my health now, and I started following certain mantras that I would limit myself in terms of 3 things. First, be for diet. Whenever I will have things which can add some value to my body. Because many a time what we eat is not valuable for us. We have to eat a lot of proteins, minerals, sprouts, all those things which can help us remain healthy. So that is one thing. Secondly, exercise is very, very important. So I used to involve myself into running marathons a lot, but then in between when I did not take care of my health properly, I got sick, and then I started again now doing running, cycling, yoga, a lot of things I'm doing now. So I feel very energetic, very healthy. And third thing, it's not only about the physical health. So mental health is equally important. And how do we ensure that we are mentally healthy? By getting involved with good people, getting away from stress busters, not stress busters, but stress givers, releasing our stress, at the same time not taking much of stress, whatever we can do to ensure that we are mentally healthy. That is also equally important. So health is well, no doubt. Let's all remain healthy. That's what I want.
I think that's a wonderful message. And sure, after COVID times, we have been serious on our health. Anyone else who wants to try?
Toastmaster Shubham would like to go.
Toastmaster Harsh, Harsh can try.
Okay, after Toastmaster.
So, Toastmaster Harsh, your topic is your favorite memory, school life or college? Okay, yes. So, my favorite memory was of college life when we used to go in bus. It was first days of the college and it was just amazing experience. It was so much excitement which we have never felt. There was literally competition between girls that we two friends who were sitting ahead or back end. So there was two groups, front and the back. So literally there was competition that we two where we will sit. And it was really fun. The journey of the bus, we had a lot of fun. We had new friends, lot of new colleagues were there, all especially lot of girls were also there. So that used to make our journey too much fun, and it was really good experience. So this instead of college and the I was used to enjoy the journey, and it was very costly for the bus, but still I preferred the bus, and it was too good. But unfortunately, my friend got admission in the other college in the reshuffling, and I was not able to cope up with the group, and the balance was lost. So then I was struggling to enjoy because my friend was lost, the company was lost, and the groups was changed. But it was overall extremely good example, and we can learn that journey is what we enjoy, not the destination. And that was extremely fun in the school, college days also. We had a lot of new groups, lot of new members, and in computer, I was in computer engineering, so it was really fun. Teachers were also not that much strict, lot of fun, and in days also there was a lot of photography. Teachers were also having a lot of fun with us, so overall it was great days. In school days also it was fun where we used to play. Yes, lot of time. It's school, yeah, lot of fun days. It's long journey, but it's time up. So over to you. Thank you for such a good class. I'm glad you enjoyed one of them. Absolutely. Yeah. So okay, so we have the last one.
Toastmaster Shubham.
Toastmaster
Shubham.
Shubham. Shall I take one for you?
Yes, sure. Toastmaster Bikash.
Okay, so your topic, Toastmaster Shubham, is what is the biggest challenge for VP membership?
Well, good evening, everyone. The biggest challenge for VP membership, I can certainly relate to this because I am also from a sales. The most difficult thing for a salesperson is to find people who can engage with their brand, who can come, take their brand value and become basically their customer. So in VP membership also, it's a biggest challenge to tell all the people around there how can they improve themselves, their communication skills. It's basically to engage people, bring in more people to their club. It's not about customer thing. It's about when there will be more people, there will be more enthusiasm that we could see. There will be more feedbacks. There will be more connect that we could form. So the biggest challenge for VP membership is to bring more and more members in a club. Well, let's talk about our club. Our VP membership is Toastmaster Kesav Kant, and he has done a fantabulous job in our club. And I could see how he approached so that uh, during our renewals also we got a good number of people in our club, and that is why we all are here. So it was quite learning for us also, and this is the thing that I want to say. Thank you very much, everyone.
Thank you everyone who participated, and I hope we see more participation in upcoming meetings. And I'll now hand over to Toastmaster Vikrant again. Thank you for having me. First time on Paris. Now, I would like to know from timer that all the table topics that are qualified, we have 6 people on the so I request Master Subham to launch the poll to base table topics.
Shubham, are you ready with the polls?
I'm writing the
Okay.
name of the people.
Okay.
Once.
Let's do one thing. Toastmaster Vikrant, let's carry you forward with the theme while Toastmaster Shubham prepares the poll.
So, PPR is completed. Now, what is one up level after PPR? What is what is the role of membership? Like victim membership is to engage the members, the atmosphere of the meeting is very good. We have new members and to have the experience of the members. Follow the personal feeling. Yes, guiding the members follow personal feeling. Guiding the new members about Toastmasters before they onboard into the Toastmasters. And guiding the guests on how the journey would be during their Toastmasters, encouraging them to be a part of the Toastmasters. Provide the information to a prospective new member or guest about in-club Toastmaster experience, how if they come and join Toastmaster that can change that person's life, including in different 11 different parts. Then I want to start very well explain Toastmaster class. Nothing remaining. The role of within membership is about teaching, recruiting, engaging, maintaining, and then growing. So all 3 levels you can help retention. So retention of retention is member and board. It's a let not current member method. And one more important is harmony in all the members. That is the role of planning or voluntary commitment, benefits, what is not. Dear that I really repeat I have done. Team building. Yes. It's a very important harmony. Without harmony, you can't have a good atmosphere of your surrounding. If you are in business or you are senior post, without harmony of your employees or your team, you cannot succeed. That is very important. And retaining customer and recruiting new customers, which we do here in lab, that will be really helpful in our real life as well. So that's I think if we can do a successful 50 membership, we can do successful business or job, and we can have great heights in career. Ultimately, vitamin and financial freedom we can achieve if we can be 2 terms with PPR in HCDC or Toastmasters. We have got our new membership. Yes. Please, yours.
Polls are ready.
Okay. And closing, not only to be convinced, but how to convert its members. How to just what this is the role of the members and challenging, but when the body and development you are looking that I can be and nominate and special or president. Am I right?
Right.
Yes. Now coming one level up. Then also I will take because I am next second one, topmost vice president. What is the role of vice president?
Oh my God. I can tell the same. Vice DP education is someone who is there for 24/7. For not one member, but all the members who has one key ability to listen, to have an effective communication, and provide as many as opportunities to members for their further professional growth. I remember I requested him once, because he's still with education. I want to give a speech. And he said, Hardik, already 3 people lined up. And you would be the fourth one. I thought I lost my spot. But don't worry, I am here. I will take care. And he booked me as a fourth seat. So that is what we need to have. Listen everybody and provide them a win-win solution. Thank you.
Now,
Brilliant.
what's the other roles that you have seen? And I think the role of VP education is to assemble everyone, to monitor the tasks that is assigned to everyone, to encourage everyone to take up the roles, and to educate everyone. Also, like whenever new members are onboarded, the task of VP education is to make them go through the entire Toastmasters portal and to encourage them to use the portal, feedbacks, and every other thing that is there in the portal. So apart from the administrative work, the task of VP education is also to ensure that the meeting goes through successfully with as many members as possible, and everyone is in short, if I were to say, everyone is happy. Everyone who is trying to take slot, they are assigned a slot. If not in today's week, maybe in the upcoming week or in some other Toastmasters club. Or if somebody is trying to take up TMOD, if there is any empty slot, VP education also motivates other people to take up the slots so that they are also going through in their journey. It takes a lot of motivation and a lot of, I should say, work so that the entire meeting goes through, and I have seen Toastmaster Vikrant do it every week.
Just in one word, if I need to describe VP education, that word is, can anybody guess? Yes. Toastmaster Vikrant. Amit Shah. Could be Toastmaster Vikrant. Right? The word and only simplest word that a child speaks first. The mama of the club. Right? Can you correlate? So VP education is the mama of the club. Thank you.
Simply, VP education role is to help members achieve their needs. What is the one half from purchase? How we purchase, which is helpful in public speaking. When new members come, you have to take on that role. After that, encourage for time table topic. After that, encourage for speak on. So this is how this new member, not a new member, 20 years old, but someone who has done post-construction. It's very good to post-construction to pass the routine. And the back of the if someone, oh, I am at the top level of this club level, someone who can watch 2 hours. So the role of the every 1 week, every week, for members every week, 25% score, and what is the where and there should be no spoil. This sort is good. What I am telling, be prepared with your speech. We will help you. Help of president will give you speech short and help online. They don't get it. So this should be what you should have. Helping makes
Education also assigns
and there are many ways to it. All are other in the during the time of contest, he or she find the judges. That is very crucial because in contest like all are English and where to find it all over India, all over the world. Then in during that time you should be very passionate and we have experience. Pushpa Vikas, am I right? Pushpa Isa, am I right?
Definitely. I can't agree more.
Toastmasters design because that helped me with the time of contest. I will judges. So lots of learning. If you are the I am capable of, but that should be your time, commitment of time. It is must. But after that, what activity? I saw the joy of having the work. That is so the routine that I am capable of duty execution, but you can't from me. Now the last president. Is president someone who takes all together? Who is for this I am 11 stage doing stage back those functions are our current president, and after that we would also listen from our immediate past president, Toastmaster Vikas. We will also give some few words after that. Over to you.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Toastmaster Vikrant, for giving me the stage back again. Now, which role do you consider is the backup plan for the club? Any meeting, any up and down, the backup plan of the club? President. I feel that. This is the one role which is the backup plan for every single role, every single associate, every single task that is rising up in the club. Now, as Toastmaster Bikash here took his table topic, one of the topic that if you were a president, what would you do for the club? And Toastmaster Parul explained everything about president to you right now, that you have to look over, you have to observe, you have to do this, you have to that. But the one thing that I do not agree with her, that she said that you just need to observe. But that was also being told to me when I read it through the whole Toastmasters journey, that you just need to observe. You are just a CEO. Sorry, you are not. When you take up the role of the president, you're far, far more responsible for every single person who is taking the role in the meeting, who is taking the role in the XCOM, and you'd be questioned for every single thing that goes wrong. And you don't know it went wrong. That is the kind of the responsibility the president takes. Now, what I'm not going to be talking just about, as I said in my first meeting, it's not just about serving, just serving. Yes, we have the rise value which says serving, but the role of president for you people who are opting to take president in the next tenure, it's not just about serving. There's a mutual benefit here. I said it in my first PMOD meeting as well. And yes, it's not one way, it's two way. What you get out of it now? Challenge. Challenge to take over and see yourself that can you pass on every single hurdle? Hurdles of psychology, most importantly. Psychology of every single member. If you have 25 members in your club on average, all 25 members are from different mindset, different background, different schedules. You have to build a relationship with each one of them, connecting to their psychology. You develop a strength to read minds here. And I felt that in a different way. Second thing that I felt that you can learn, which we all say that in Toastmasters, you learn networking, you learn networking, you learn networking. How do you learn networking? Is it that chit chatting after the meeting of 5 minutes you learn networking? No. When you take the role of president and you connect with every single member, not just inside your club, but for every single meeting, like for example, the contest, you try connecting judges, you try getting a person for an education session, you try connecting Toastmasters from various parts of the world. You build a network. You challenge yourself, you push yourself and talk to people when you don't want to. And this is one again, next thing that I learned is that there are many times that in my personal life as well, I didn't want to do the work and I used to avoid it. I used to be like, okay, I don't want to do it. I don't want to do it. It's my wish. But when you take the role of president in this club, no matter what's happening, even if you are getting married, this let me highlight. Even on the day when I was getting married, I called Toastmaster Vikrant. And Toastmaster Vikrant, what is the status of the next meeting? This is the role. This is the challenge. On my day of Mehendi ceremony, that's a henna application ceremony, which every one of us knows as every one of us from India, I didn't back up from the contest, not because I wanted to contest, because I am the president, I am representing the club. If I back out today in the contest, what would I say? With what mouth I would say people that do not back up? This is how you push yourself. It was very difficult, very, very difficult with 100 people standing outside your door, waiting for you as a bride to go down and be the limelight. You need to take up responsibility over there and pass on that order. And it made me grow at next level. Concentrating it in minute details. You can't just be waiting for the slates to come out. Okay, yes, Toastmaster Vikrant would be doing this. Toastmaster Keshav had got the members. No, the moment the member comes in, I have to connect. The moment the new prospects are getting, we have to connect it. And Toastmaster Vikas, they would agree with this. Okay, let me once more say this one thing. Toastmaster Vikas over there, whom I cannot see because of Toastmaster Vikrant's sitting arrangement, but he is the first and the only president I have ever seen in my whole Toastmaster journey, apart from me, in the club. And he was my icon over there. When I looked at him and he came on the stage and the energy that he spread, I'm still not able to do even 50% of what he did, but I learned from you a lot over there. And for explaining his role of IPP, I would like to call, because I call him as the eighth wonder of the XCOM meeting. But before that, I would like to call the general evaluator to have the general evaluation report.
Good evening, everyone. Once again. So can we vote for best table topic speaker now? The polls had been on. Yeah, everyone can vote.
Toastmaster Shubham, can you share the link in the chat box as well on the Zoom?
Already it has been shared. Once again, I am sharing. Only 6 people have voted till now. Everyone go to the same link. Okay, I got the result. So thank you. So now comes the report of general evaluator. I must tell it, what a beautiful session it was. And thank you everyone for participating, giving your best. And now I will serve you with the breakfast that you have been waiting for. So firstly, I would like to invite both the evaluators for the speech given by our two beautiful Toastmasters. Let me call upon our first evaluator who will evaluate Toastmaster Ruchir. Well, our first evaluator is someone who by profession is in a business of industrial roofing sheets. By passion, he is a certified coach from Institute of World #1 coach Tony Robbins. And also he gives motivational videos for achieving success and happiness. Please help me welcome our evaluator one, Toastmaster Hers.
Thank you so much, General Evaluator Toastmaster student, for your warm welcome. What's the best way to share a message? A story. Toastmaster Ruchi, in his icebreaker, used his story to explain his message. It was the best way, and he used his own personal story, which is best of the best, that is cherry on the strawberry. Like that, he shared his own personal story, and we could literally feel his journey, his pains, and the journey which he overcome, and now he emerged as a public speaker by just being in the Toastmasters way back from the 2017 till date. Body language was amazing. The facial movements, hand gestures were also amazing, and he was confidently sharing his journey, which is the best way to share the message. What he also explained was analogy. That was the best way to explain the things like analogy, metaphor. Like he described the Toastmasters as a lab, and we could literally feel that it's a lab. So even if you try and you fail, you are not having any problem. You will just improve it and try again. Improve it and try again. So that in real life, if you start your own venture, you don't have to face a financial loss, right? Where in the world will you get this experience? He explained by his own story. Right? No one will allow us to explain if we fumble in the second time. If we are in a marriage of such a great celebrity, if we fumble, our name and fame will be affected. But this is the lab where we will practice, improve, take feedback, improve, practice, and we emerge as a champion, which now we see in the speech of Toastmaster Ruchi. Now he's one of the champion speaker, right? So if any guest was sitting here, he would have no doubt what the Toastmaster is. By the analogy and the story, he explained it clear. So his message, his connection was crystal clear. So kudos to you, Toastmaster Ruchi. Then one recommendation is, that's very simple, no such recommendation, just you could have given the speech offline so that it could have been more appealing, more effective, and the effect would have been more real, right? I was literally having some problem in audio in this hybrid meeting, right? And the experience could have been more visual, and it would have been 4K if it was offline. And the other thing is that the scenes of your story could have been more visual, like audience was waiting what the solution you found, outer and the inner, and that could have been crystal clear that this was the outer solution and this was the inner solution, so that we could take away home the lesson which you have learned from your years of journey. That was, I think, little unclear. I think joining a Toastmaster, but the other thing was missing. That's it. Overall, if you just apply this feedbacks and you could show up more and practice more, you could emerge as a champion speaker. Thank you so much. Over to General Evaluator.
Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Hers, for your crisp evaluation. I am always fond of your evaluation, and you did justice to the evaluation of Toastmaster Ruchi's speech, and I think that he will follow it to make his speeches much better. Now, coming to the second speaker, Toastmaster Hardik's evaluation. Let me call upon in this virtual platform our new member for 219th meeting, who is from a Terra Toastmaster Club at VIT Vellore. Please help me welcome Toastmaster Vishak for evaluating the speech of Toastmaster Hardik. Over to you, Toastmaster Vishak.
Thank you, Toastmaster Shubham. Ensuing upon productive collaborations, dancing our way to manifestations, little failures and bigger celebrations, me, my dreams, and my procrastination. I would like to commend Toastmaster Hardik on giving a spectacular speech. There were three characteristics that were definitely the green points of his speech. The first one, the 10 seconds rule that he followed. Please raise your hands. Using this statement, he grabbed the audience's attention. When you grab the audience's attention, it not only locks them to your speech, but it also shows how powerful the speaker is. The second dream point was the interaction that Toastmaster Hardik had with his audience. When he asked, "Does it happen?" and he raised his right hand. So when you interact with your audience, you include them to your speech, and they're bound to listen to your speech. Last but not the least, the voice modulation, the objective of his speech. He said, "Can you guess what happened?" And his voice modulation changed throughout that statement. So when you change the voice modulation in your speech, it breaks the monotonous tone of the speech and keeps the audience engaged and active on listening to your speech. Just how there were three dream points, there were two procrastinating points as well that I would like to recommend Toastmaster Hardik to improve upon. The first one being the hand gestures that he had throughout his speech. I felt that Toastmaster Hardik was always clasping his hands or had compact hand gestures when he could have had a wide range of hand gestures throughout his speech. I recommend Toastmaster Hardik to keep his hands wide open like these so that it doesn't come over here. Because having compact hand gestures, it shows that the speaker is a bit nervous and is unconfident while speaking. It also distracts the audience from the speaker's face or personality towards his hands. Next, the second recommendation that I would like to give to Toastmaster Hardik is the pauses that he included in his speech. He said, to quote him, he was a doctor. While he could have said he was a doctor and he could have completed his statement and then taken a pause. So when you have abrupt pauses in your speech, it comes, as a distracting factor and loses the audience's interest towards your speech. My recommendation to Toastmaster Hardik would be highlighting the main important parts of your speech so that you know where to take a pause and where to continue from there on. To summarize my evaluation, Toastmaster Hardik followed the 10 seconds rule, the interaction with audience, and the a great voice modulation. The points which he can improve upon are his hand gestures and the pauses. Thank you, and over to the general evaluation.
Thank you so much. Your feedbacks are valuable as part of the good to great second. Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Vikas, for such a great evaluation. When you were evaluating Toastmaster Hardik, I was simply in a wow mood. And thanks to Toastmaster Hardik also for taking all the points, remembering so that he could induce it in his next speech. Well, now I would like everyone to vote for the best evaluator. You can go in the same link and vote for the best evaluator. The two contenders are Toastmaster Harsh and Toastmaster Vikas. Vishak. Everyone can vote in the same link for the best evaluator. Okay, so I got the result for the best evaluator now. So now evaluations done for the speeches, but what about the role play? What about the major things in the meeting? So let me bring upon my tag team for giving you the results of about your grammatical errors or something, about your timings, about your ums. So please help me welcome the grammarian for today, Toastmaster Ajiz. He is a doctor who has done MComs and all. Please help me welcome Toastmaster Ajiz. Ajiz, over to you.
Study is my passion actually. I love educate till my last sleep. That's my passion. So, about my grammar report. Word of the day, consummate. The meaning is perfect or complete in every way. Has been used by Toastmaster Shubham and Toastmaster Arvind. And about phrase of the day in the cards are being used by anyone, but it's so easy. It means very likely to in the cards means very likely to happen. So we can relate to this to our class. So there are many remarks in the card for executive members. So it's very easy to use. And about the usage of English, I can say a few of the things. Deadliest corona waves, role doing many issues, outreach, difference to over a million days, backbone of the club, futuristic skills, upskill myself. That's it from my side. Thank you all of you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Ajiz, for your evaluating grammatical things. Now I would like to welcome our accountant, Toastmaster Rahul, an engineer turned entrepreneur from IIM Lucknow. Rahul, you can take the stage.
So I have the maximum roles that I have taken is of our counter. And I have taken up from the second meeting I got onboarded in Toastmasters, and I can assure that the number of flawless speakers that I have observed is maximum today. So kudos. And there are a lot of speakers who have just like taken a small break or an hour just one time. So that is a real improvement that I have observed, and I hope I can also reach there. So I present my report. I first name the speakers who were flawless, and I'll start with our speaker Toastmaster Hardik. How can somebody be flawless in a 7 minute of speech? So Toastmaster Hardik, then Toastmaster Vikas and Toastmaster Harsh. They were flawless in their speech. They had 0 positive and hours or on. Toastmaster Shubham had 3 hours in his entire speech. Toastmaster Isha had 1 hour and 2 hours in her entire speech of the day. Toastmaster Vikrant had 4 hours. Toastmaster Ruchir 9 hours. I had 2 hours when I was introducing the timer and pass on the rule of the day. Toastmaster Ajish 4 hours when he was presenting the grammarian of the day. Then Toastmaster Vikas had 3 hours in his session. Toastmaster, I cannot recognize my own writing. But yeah, Parul. Yeah, yes, Parul. So she had 6 hours in her speech. Toastmaster Simran had only 1 hour in her speech. Then Toastmaster Vishak had 3 hours in his speech. Toastmaster, yeah, so that comes up. Toastmaster Vikas and first of all. So should I also present the timer report, Toastmaster Shivam?
Yes. Slow Toastmaster Rahul, please present the timer report as well.
Thank you. So Toastmaster Shubham took 4 minutes 12 seconds during his urgent at arm speech, that is the introduction of the meeting. Then PMOD of the day, Toastmaster Isha and Toastmaster Vikrant combined took 40 minutes and 12 seconds. Toastmaster Isha, as president of the day, she took 8 minutes 30 seconds. Toastmaster Ruchir 5 minutes 45 seconds. Toastmaster Shubham As general evaluator, he took 1 minute 25 seconds. Toastmaster Ajish, he took 1 minute. Toastmaster Hardik, 6 minutes 55 seconds. Toastmaster Harsh, 3 minutes 39 seconds. Toastmaster Vishak, 3 minutes 13 seconds. Then I'll come to the table topic session. So the entire table topic session was of 15 minutes and 25 seconds. Toastmaster Vikas, 3 minutes 7 seconds. Toastmaster Ayel, who was the guest here, she took 2 minutes 5 seconds. Guest Simran took 2 minutes 15 seconds. Toastmaster Vishak took 1 minute 55 seconds. Toastmaster Vikas, he took 2 minutes 15 seconds. Toastmaster Harsh took 2 minutes 10 seconds, and Toastmaster Shubham took 1 minute 28. That's all. Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Rahul, for your report. Now comes the report of the general evaluator for overall meeting. Well, as we know that our timing for Toastmasters meeting is from 5 to 7. We started our meeting at 5:04, and that is okay because we know that there are role players. There are little late. Hybrid meeting is also there, so it's okay. The meeting started at 5:04, and it started with Sergeant at Arms, that is me, with a riddle that no one could solve. But I guess next time everyone will be able to solve. The next presiding officer, she was well prepared as always, and she introduced all the guests. So kudos to her. And our TMOD, there were 2 TMODs for today's meeting. Our presiding officer, Toastmaster Isha, our VP Education, Toastmaster Vikrant. And I would like to thank both of them for bringing us the 7 pillars of a Toastmaster and explaining what that means. So I think in the next meeting that elections going to happen, it will certainly help them to know what those 7 pillars are, and it will motivate more members to come to this, to join us in this election and be a part of that 7 pillars so that they could grow HCTC at a higher level. Now comes the speakers. Toastmaster Ruchir, this was your first start as a Toastmaster journey, and I am pretty sure, as I saw your first icebreaker speech, it was fantastic. I want to tell you one extra recommendation, that when you are giving speech in an online platform, please try to unblur your background, because in that your hand gestures can be seen quite clearly. So that is one added recommendation for you, Toastmaster Ruchir. Toastmaster Hardik, I am simply one thing to say you, that every time I see you speak, you are improving so well that that it's quite a learning from you. Your first speech from being a Lala, and now being telling about how not to procrastinate. So thank you, Toastmaster Hardik, for giving speech and taking part in this meeting quite actively. To both the evaluators, fantastic work done by Toastmaster Harsh and Vishak. Vishak, what a crisp evaluation you have done. I have told you before only that I was in an awe moment for you. And one thing recommended to you also, to please unblur your background when you are giving the speech, when you are evaluating. So your hand gestures were also perfect. Table topic master, Toastmaster Vikas, you made me VP Education for today. Sorry, VP membership, and certainly I will think for that in the next election. And fantastic speeches, as because it helped many people to inflict from their past as to what was the happiest day in your college. So you know that it's a very good thing about table topic, that people could reflect from their past, take some instances and present. So kudos to you, Toastmaster Vikas. One suggestion that I think for you is like name, title, name. This is the thing that is the that we do. Shubham Agarwal, VP membership you want to take, VP membership you want to take, Shubham Agarwal. So this name, title, name that you should follow. This is the suggestion for you. My tag team, timer, accounter, and grammarian, Toastmaster Rahul. I certainly know I have also taken the role of timer and also accounter, and you have taken both uh, in a single-handedly. And I could say that you were fantastic in your report. Um, about a counter, I did 3 hours, and I think I have not done more time. So a crisp and a very thankful evaluation done by Toastmaster Rahul. It was to you. And grammarian Toastmaster Aziz, consummate. So it was a very good, very easy word of the day that you have chosen. Very good. One thing that I want to tell about like in online meeting, word of the day and phrase of the day should be mentioned in the chat so that people in online also could see, because at the time of saying many people couldn't have heard quite effectively at the starting, so they couldn't use it more often. So one thing like you can tell the Zoom master to please put that on chat box so that every person could see. So overall meeting was very good. And one recommendation as a team that we should see is like initially the voices were not clear, so we could we have to see, because every time when it's a hybrid meeting it creates a problem. We have to think of a good speaker or some good speaker microphone, so we have to see. uh, so that was my evaluation as a general evaluator. Thank you everyone for listening so patiently. This was my first time as a general evaluator. Over to our Toastmaster of the day. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Toastmaster Shubham.
Congratulations,
Such a
good job. You made me proud.
good job. Brilliant, brilliant job, Toastmaster. Brilliant, Toastmaster Shubham, for taking up the general evaluator role and presenting it so stupendously. We all loved your general evaluation. Now, because we are running out of time, now it is the time to move towards end of the meeting and concluding the meeting. But for the conclusion, I would like to call upon the eighth wonder of the HCTC. That is an IPP, immediate past precedent. Now, before I explain this role, or before I call upon Toastmaster Vikash to come and talk to us about it, I would like to say one thing about Toastmaster Vikash and this role. Toastmaster Vikash, there you would agree with me over there that the role of president never ends in the sixth tenure, 6 months. It continues for the next 6 months. So basically, when you take the role of president, you're committing for 1 year. And the level of commitment that I have seen in Toastmaster Vikash in the first 6 months, yes, when he was IPP, obviously some personal reasons also, but then again, there was a guiding light always on all of us. And I don't know how he do that, how he did it as a president. And still I'm telling you, I'm just 50% of what he used to do, because I have seen him as my icon over there. And I mean it. I mean it every time, even the day when I said it. He is my mentor in presidentship. I'd like to call upon Toastmaster Vikas to explain how he did it in the previous tenure and how he's continuing to do it still. Please, the eighth wonder of HCTC, Toastmaster Vikash, on the stage. Also, I would like you to do the honors to please conclude this meeting. That would be the best for us for maintaining the time.
Thank you so
Over to you.
much, Toastmaster Isha, for this opportunity. I believe EC constitutes 7 people. They are the 7 wonders. This is your greatness that you also invited me to talk about the 8th wonder. Yeah, this is very, very true that role of president never ends in 6 months, because it is about the right transition. Because when you are president, you ensure that the next tenure happens in the way such that people do not face difficulties. Those new people who came forward or who came forward to serve the club. Because in general, it's a very, very clear thing that executive committee comprises of servants for the club. The president is the chief servant of the club. That's what I believe. That's what we should believe. We all are here to serve the club. So really, really impeccable work in terms of organizing this event where you have talked about all 7 roles so that people, those who are new to the club, can come forward and take such roles in future. And they can also explore how they can serve towards this club from where they belong. Now, talking about in general, being into an executive committee is definitely adds an accolade to your Toastmaster journey, because it gives you immense learning. If you have come here to learn public speaking, you learn through meetings and speeches and a lot of many things. But if you also want to enhance your leadership skills, this is the place where you learn a lot of things: how you engage with people, how you engage in conflict management, how you become good negotiators, how you become good communicators, because it is about working in team. It is about one team. It's about how you manage the family. Because when we talk about a club, it's a family of around 20 people. So you ensure that each member of the family is happy, and that's where the role of executive committee in general comes. Obviously, the role of president is to navigate through all the 7 roles and see that what role is not performing or where he or she can add up, such that the club in general is doing. The role of immediate past president is to most important to guide the EC, to help them if there is any difficulty they are facing, if there are certain challenges. Let's come together and solve that as a family. That understanding is very, very important. Sometimes what happens is the president doesn't uh, go for the transition easily. So in that case, sometimes what happens, there's some conflict happens in the club. So this is the role of president and also immediate past president, that they mutually understand each other and then they help in transition. So in general, this is a very, very important thing, because when you want to be a part of certain family, what I believe, if you are part of a family, you contribute by how? By earning, by learning first and then by earning, and then growing in the family. In the similar manner, if you are a member of SCTC, you have to think that how you can contribute towards the club. And the best way to contribute towards the development of club or the growth of the club is through being the part of executive committee. Because how we think people will remain happy, healthy, in good shape, their membership remains, they continue their journey of learning with the club, depends on the hands of executive committee. So I will urge all of you to come forward, think about your strength, weaknesses, the opportunity and threats, SWOT analysis, what we say, and then in what kind of role you fit, apply for that, and take the help of existing committee, and then you will have lot of learning. It is very true that everybody cannot play every role. Sometimes you also know that what are your limitations. For example, someone who is not so talkative, who is kind of introvert, he is good in terms of analytical skills, planning. He cannot come forward to the role of PP membership. Obviously, you need to talk a lot with people, try to find out where the leads are, to understand your capabilities in your self understanding, and then accordingly apply for that. So I believe that Toastmaster ISA would be growing a mail very soon, where we will have the opportunity to apply for one of the positions. Come forward. We all are here to support you. Whenever there is a need, you can call me up as well. And let's do our elections in the best way possible. We all stay committed to the club, and we all grow together. That's what is the message from my side. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Vikash, for explaining this. And indeed, remember this one thing, just I'd like to repeat, just take 1 minute for this. Remember all the XCOM roles, and not just the XCOM, but you as members, we all work on the one thing, an acronym that is RISE values. RISE stands for respect, integrity, service, and excellence. These are the 4 words that's going to stay with you. And as XCOM, or even as the members, I would appeal this thing, because I believe one thing is a tag, another thing is your personality as a leader. You can lead even if you do not take up the role, but you should take up the role so that you can challenge yourself. But remember one thing: put club before you. Do not take anything personally what happens in the club. Just put club before you and see how you see that growth in yourself also and in the club. With this, let us move towards ending the meeting over here. For that, I would like to call upon the another TMOD Toastmaster Vikrant on the stage, if you'd like to summarize. And also, I would like you to announce the awards over there so that we can take the track of time.
There are two voting needs to be done: best leader and best role player.
Let us take the voting for the best leader first.
The same link is there. I have opened the link. Everyone can vote for best leader. There are three contenders: Toastmaster Shubham for G, Toastmaster Vikas for table topic, Toastmaster Isha and Vikrant for TMOD.
And while I see people there enjoying the snacks.
Yes, yes.
That's brilliant. Voting with a mojito in your hand.
For snacks with us.
Sure, really soon, really soon. That's brilliant. Voting with a mojito in the hand. So that's what we have to offer the club. Let's take the guest feedback till then. Let's hear it from Toastmaster Simran. Toastmaster Simran, would you like to give us your feedback, please?
The meetings with SPTC have always been wonderful to me since when I have attended the meetings. But there is always one thing which I just shared with Toastmaster Vikas's time. We are in Toastmasters. We have a timer. We have an in-house timer. We are 24 minutes late, right? We do not have a particular reason, but we should always make sure. As per my experience in ADM, even if we were late for 5 minutes, the senior Toastmaster, the seasoned Toastmaster used to tell us strictly, we should not even overshoot a single minute. And here we are into 23 minutes, so I hope that whenever I'm coming here in the meeting, the next time, at least we must end at least near to the time. Not overshoot this time, otherwise it is always power packed, full of energy, a wonderful meeting. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Simran. And I would not agree any minute less with you that we need to take the track of the time, and surely we'll work upon it. Let's call guest Balaram till then. Shubham, can you confirm if the best role player voting slide has been launched?
Yes, best role player is also launched.
Till you guys vote for the best role player, guest Balaram, would you please give your feedback?
Yes, so my feedback is same like Simran. So timing is the concern for me today. Otherwise, it was very good. So that's all.
Thank you, guest Balaram. I'd like to hear from Toastmaster Vishak as well.
Thank you, Toastmaster Isha, for calling me again. So yeah, I thoroughly enjoyed, a different kind of session from the ones we have back in campus, and so many experienced Toastmasters, so many wonderful Toastmasters, and I definitely learned a lot about not only the ExCom members, but as a Toastmaster as well. Being the upcoming, Vice President Education, I'll take back so many, value items and additions, and I'll implement them in my club as well. And yeah, thank you so much for the experience, and it was genuinely wonderful.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Vishak. Now, as the votings have been done, can I confirm from Toastmaster Shubham? If all the votings have been done,
and all results have been shared to Vikrantji's WhatsApp.
Okay,
My
so for
mobile is
that,
on- My mobile is on, there's a camera. So
okay, his mobile is occupied. So you can share it with me. That's fine in the chat box over here. So let us hear for the awards, moving on without wasting the time. Who is the best speaker? Any guesses, guys? The best speaker, Toastmaster Ruchi or Toastmaster Hardik? Let me call upon the stage the winner, Toastmaster Hardik. I call him the entertainer of the club. Congratulations, Toastmaster Hardik. Moving to next table topic speaker, best tables topic speaker. Any guesses? It's Toastmaster Vishak. Congratulations, Toastmaster Vishak. It was brilliant watching you speaking today. Indeed, in any role you say. Now, best, let's come to best evaluator. Did we have voting for best evaluator? Toastmaster Shubham?
Yes, yes. Best evaluator.
Okay.
Perhaps.
No. Any guesses again? It's Toastmaster Vishak. Congratulations, Toastmaster Vishak. Can I confirm one thing? Toastmaster. Okay, table topic speaker. I think I have made a mistake over here reading the chat. I'm so sorry, but indeed I enjoyed listening to you, Toastmaster Vishak. But because of the spelling, the best table topic speaker was Toastmaster Vikas. Congratulations to you, Toastmaster Vikas. I hope you guys are clicking the pictures as well. Brilliant. Thank you. Thank you once again. Coming to best role player. Any idea? Any guesses? Come on, guys. Indeed. Indeed, the dual role player of the day, Toastmaster Rahul. Congratulations, Toastmaster Rahul. You indeed made us proud. Thank you. Now coming to the last award, that is the best leader. Any guesses again? Who was the consummate leader today? Thank you so much, Toastmaster Vikas. Toastmaster Vikas. But now I would like to say that Toastmaster Shubham did a brilliant job. Amazing. You made us proud. You made me proud. Watching you grow in this way is so fulfilling as a leader over here. And also to table topic master, Toastmaster Bikash there. You did fabulous job. Fabulous. The way you explained the table topic master role and the way you took over it, wow. I could see that lead inside you, that power inside you when you come on the stage. And I would urge you to take so many roles, as many roles as possible for you in every meeting. And I would like to see you in the meetings. But the award here goes to the person who's standing there offline on the stage and the person who's speaking right now. So it goes to the Toastmasters of the day, the Best Leader Award. It's Toastmaster Vikrant and myself, Toastmaster Isha. Thank you so much. With this, but I would like to congratulate every single person. Yes. Thank you so much, Toastmaster Vikas. You are our escape every time. Your solution to all our problems in this club. Thank you so much. With this, I'd like to call this meeting adjourned. Thank you so much. Also, congratulations.